Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Dr. Boyce Watkins. Welcome to the Black Financial Channel. That's theblackfinancialchannel.com. I want to talk about 2020 and the stock market and the investing world and kind of do a 2020 wrap up since we are approaching the new year. It's New Year's Eve, and we have had a really interesting year when it comes to investing. I heard one of the experts refer to this year as the year of opportunity. And I'm not going to disagree. It was a year of not just opportunity, but lots of despair. But actually, one thing I've learned about investing in stock markets and things like that is that typically the greatest opportunities you find come in the moments where you feel the most despair. Warren Buffett always says that you should be fearful when others are greedy and greedy when others are fearful. So here's what we had this year when it came to the stock market, and I hope that you guys have made a lot of money. If you were in my stock market investing program, I know you made money. If you did even 20% of what we talked about in the program, if you want to do a 30-day trial, you can actually go to the blackstockmarketprogram.com. It's really good. It's really going to make a difference for you. But wherever you learn, just make sure you're learning from somebody. So here's sort of a recap of the stock market for this year. The S&P 500 went up 16% this year, which makes it a good year, which is fascinating because it started off so bad. Economically, you had this calamity in the stock market that just scared the hell out of everybody for good reason. And then you started seeing the climb. And it wasn't just stocks that did extremely well. Bitcoin actually rose by 305% this year. Bitcoin, as of the time of this recording, is at 29,000. And I remember when Bitcoin was in the single digits, 7,000, 8,000, 10,000, 12. And it was a big deal when it got to 10, 12, 14. And 29 was just kind of unthinkable. So, imagine buying a house for $90,000 and then a year later the house is worth $29,000. That's kind of what people got when it came to Bitcoin. But the other thing, too, is that the stock market wasn't the only, or the Bitcoin and the stock market weren't the only things to kind of do well. Specifically, you had the tech industry really take off. A lot of this due to the stay-at-home stocks that were really blowing up. The NASDAQ, which is very tech-heavy, rose by about 43%. The tech industry overall rose by about 42%. The biggest tech winner across the board to me was Tesla. As far as the most talked about story, Tesla rose over 700% this year. And again, just compared to buying a house, imagine buying a house for $100,000 and then a year later the house is worth $700,000. That's crazy. I mean, this market literally this year made people rich. And it makes me feel sorry for the people that have families that discourage investing, that teach fear instead of prosperity and possibility. I just don't think that's a winning strategy. The world's kind of moving right past you, and I encourage those who are watching this happen to not be afraid to participate in this massive wealth transfer. One of the downsides of this whole pandemic is that a lot of people didn't understand what was going on, and the first thing that the politicians want you to do is to get mad at rich people. They want you to get mad at your neighbor who just loaded up another $10, $20, $30,000 in their bank account because they were investing. And instead of getting mad at your neighbor, instead of being a hater, why not participate? Don't play or hate, participate. So with stock market participation, I can tell you that this year was kind of crazy. This year was the best word I've seen is unprecedented. But this isn't the only time that stock market participation has been the difference between the haves and the have-nots. I have been teaching college students since 1993, and I can tell you that one consistent theme that came up in our research is that when we would analyze wealth gaps and the gap between the haves and the have-nots, one of the leading factors in the gap between wealthy people and middle class was stock market participation. Those who were in the game were doing better than those who are sitting on the sidelines. You cannot score points from the sidelines. If you're in the game, you're going to miss some shots, but you're going to hit a lot of shots. But if you're on the sidelines, you get 0 points. And so that's my 2 cents on the issue. I am very sorry for those who didn't have a great 2020. I know this year was tough for a lot of people, but I also don't want you just focusing on the negative. I want you focusing on the positive. I want you focused on the possibilities, and I want 2021 to be a great year for you. So, by the way, in case you didn't know, we start our Black Wealth Bootcamp on the 7th of January. The Black Wealth Bootcamp is a program I did 4 or 5 years ago. It's extremely popular. Today's the last day to get 30% off. But those are over $1,000 worth of free add-ons that we put in there to make it a really enticing deal. You won't get this anywhere at a college campus or anything. My students at Syracuse pay $73,000 a year to learn from people like me. The bootcamp, the regular price price as I think $4.99, but with 30% off, it drops into the 300s. I can't remember the exact math, but if you'd like to join us, feel free to go to blackwealthbootcamp.com. That's blackwealthbootcamp.com. Also, please make sure you hit the thumbs up button, share, subscribe button before you get out of here. I'll keep you guys updated on the Black Financial Channel as usual. So God bless you. Have a great, happy holiday, and let's hope that 2021 is an amazing year. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Peace.